Hi guys, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today's video is for all the beginners out there. You have your planner, you're trying to make these pages, but you don't really know how to organize it to best fit your life. So I'm here to help you with that. So if you'd like to see that, keep watching. So, hey, it's been a hot minute since you've seen me on camera. There's a lot of reasons for that. The main reason is I have to get out my tripod, I have to get out my camera, I have to get out my mic that's right up there, and I have to put on makeup, Like, it's so much easier sometimes to just sit down at my desk, but I'm going to be trying to show my face a little bit more because I know you guys seem to like that, so here I am. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found me. I have been a planner for 3 years now, so I feel like I have a lot to offer as far as tips. So here we go. So these tips are going to apply to you whether or not you use a Happy Planner or another brand. Also, it doesn't really matter what kind of layout you use with these tips. I just want to kind of give you some ideas on how to organize your planner, how to start, so you're not so overwhelmed. I do have a video on like how to create your first planner spread. That's not really what this is about. This is just kind of some general tips on how to organize your planner and your weeks. So the first tip I have for you is to do a brain dump weekly if possible. I tend to do it monthly and it really, really helps me out. So this is what I'm talking about. A brain dump is basically when you sit down and you make a list of every single thing that's in your head. I don't know about you, but for some reason, for me, it just helps my brain. It calms me down. It helps with my anxiety because I get overwhelmed very, very easily. So I typically will do this every month. I should do it every week because I feel like it would make me feel better. This is my work one. I usually have a work and a personal. This page tends to live between my currently page and the the divider for the month, but you can really put it anywhere. There's not, it's hard to tell like where exactly to put things. Like you could put it here on your monthly. You could put it like right before your week, or in the middle of your week. You can do it however you like. You can even keep them in the back of your planner, but I like to keep it someplace where I know where it is and I can refer to it throughout the month to fill out my to-do lists in my planner. This one happens to be a work one. I typically don't do this. I usually put my work one in my work planner, which is a classic size, but I had a lot to do, so I was just like, let me get it all out on this big piece of paper, so I threw it in here. Another idea for your brain dump is you can actually use your currently page just for your brain dump. You could put it all on this page so that you don't have an extra page. That is a possibility. I don't do it that way because I like to use my currently pages for goals and for like memories, but everyone's different. And if you're someone who just really, really needs that and you don't want something, sitting around here, then that's an idea. You can also put these on half sheets. I don't because I typically will write on this side too, but you could take a half sheet, and if you're not familiar with those, let me get one for you. So here's an example of a half sheet. You would just pop it here. Like, let me take this out and show you. So you could always do a brain dump on here and just pop it in. And then you have your list for the month here, or you could do it weekly. Again, you can stick this in the middle of your week. I would just really, really recommend on getting everything out of your head and onto paper because I think it's really going to help with your overwhelm. Okay, the next tip I have for you is to create different sections on your weekly pages. There's lots of different ways to do this. So here's the spread that I created for the first month of the year. I used the middle section for like a big design, but what you could do is just section it out. So I use a vertical Happy Planner. So basically it has 3 sections for each day. I don't use them as a specific section for each, category. I don't do that, but a lot of people do. So you might do morning, afternoon, evening. You might do like phone calls and emails, and then to-do lists down here, and then in the middle, any events or appointments you have. You could even do hourly on here. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, but you could do errands, bills to pay. You can make different sections and always put them in the same part of your planner every week. Now, that might help you. I think a lot of people do it that way. For me, I like writing all over the place, and my brain sort of works in this way. I don't like typically having like all my to-do lists on the bottom and all my events on the top, although it makes sense that way. But for me, I just like it all over the place. It's like a mix. Now, if you're someone who uses a dashboard layout, let me just show you this. This is what's called a dashboard layout. If you're not familiar, basically it is going to have the sections made for you already. So if you're someone who thinks like that and wants to chunk things together, this might be the layout for you. So, they already have it listed as errands to buy, calls, and bills to pay, but you can certainly switch it up by placing like a little colorful box sticker in like this size, like over that, and write in your own categories. So I tend to do that. I pretty much do that every week because this is my work planner. I use it for filming section and all that. So that is one option. And like I said, if you're someone who really, really needs structure as far as grouping tasks together, like you might use one for cleaning, like house cleaning, you might use one for this could be like dinners over here, like paperwork or whatever. Honestly, you can separate it into anything that you want. Even this section down here can be used for something specific. So if you're someone who thinks like that, then this is probably good for you. Okay, tip number 3 is color coding. I don't do this very often, but I know it helps a lot of people. So let me just talk about that for a second. So if you're someone who has a really busy life, this could really save you. You can take different colors for, so say you're a busy mom and you have 3 kids and they have all different things going on at all times, activities, sports, that type of thing. You can take this and you can write soccer, 12 o'clock. And that could be for like Susie. And then you can write, gymnastics. I know I went over the line there. Sorry about that. Gymnastics, 3 o'clock. And that could be for Bobby, so each person could have a different color. You can also color code for different types of activities or tasks. Like you could make all of your lists for your house tasks in purple. You could be like change sheets, whatever. So you're going to know immediately when you look at your planner that, all this purple block over here, that's my cleaning tasks. You can do that. You could also, instead of just like using colored pens, you can, write change sheets, and then you can use a highlighter. And I brought these out because I just wanted to show you that you can use mild liners. If you're not familiar with these, they're pretty good. Because otherwise, I would typically use like a thinner pen for writing in color, say like, red. So like baseball, you know what I mean? This is a little bit better for writing in your planner, but here, if you write in black, you can always highlight them. I should have waited a little bit because that's smeared, but you get what I'm saying. Like you can do all sorts of different things with color coding. Next, I want to talk about time blocking because it can really help you out if you're someone who has a super busy life. So lately, because I'm so busy with work, I've been using these pages from the Happy Planner that have the hourly blocks here. And it's really helped me out as far as like what to do when. Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with tasks that I don't know where to start or what I need to do when. So for me, it's super helpful. And if you use a Happy Planner for your work planner or any planner for your work planner, time blocking can really help you out and keep you more productive. So, 8:30, it might be like check emails. I mean, this is self-explanatory, and then, 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock might be film videos. This would just be, for me. and, edit up here, whatever, take photos. And then you can even build in like your lunch hour, this and that. And you can color code these as well. Let me show you what I did before. I made this spread last year, earlier this year or something. I did a video on time blocking, and I blocked my time out for the week. And what I did was color code with those mild liners, and I made like a little key over here as to what color went, corresponded with what activity. And my goal was to do this every week, and then I really wouldn't need the key anymore because I would automatically know. And I think that really, really helped me, but I stopped after a few weeks because color coding really just wasn't for me. But I know a lot of people use color coding, and I think it's like really helpful. But I know we were just talking about that. So we're talking about time blocking, not color coding, but it kind of goes together in my opinion, not always. But anyway, this is an example, and it really, really can help you out if you're someone who kind of gets lost during the day. And by the end of the day, you're thinking, why wasn't I productive? Like, what did I do today? Where did the time go? It really helps to kind of do that. You can also, in addition to blocking your time ahead of time, you can keep a time log, which I have yet to do, but it might help, figure out where my time does go. If the end of the day comes and I think, what on earth did I get accomplished, and why is it 5 o'clock already and I feel like I did nothing? So if you keep a time log, you can do that the same way. You can use one of these sheets. You can even use one sheet for, say it's like today's date, right? And you fill this out the night before on everything you're going to do. You can flip it. Well, I thought this was on the other side, but you can either use another sheet, or you can just write it on here, what you did, or even right next to it on here, what you did, so that you can compare it against what you thought you're going to do and what you're actually doing to kind of help you out as far as productivity goes. So if you're someone who works from home, I really, really recommend trying it out at least for about a week or so, just to see if that's something that would help you out. You can also check out the productivity sticker book, and a few other sticker books have these as well, and I can't remember which ones, but this blue productivity sticker book has these stickers in it. So you can take these stickers and put them in your regular happy planner. Put them vertically, like it's like basically, and you can choose the times. You can even cut these. Like if you don't need it between 12 and 3, you can cut that off and section it. But you could take these and basically, put it here for your whole day. And then you're still going to have a section at the bottom where you can put other things. You should really be using the sidebar to your advantage. So what I typically do in my sidebar is put a couple of main points for the week, priorities, things you really, really must get done throughout the week. I used to put more in there, but I found that I would then transfer them throughout the spread, and it felt redundant to me, so I don't really do that anymore. There's so many ideas to make you organized in your sidebar. Don't neglect this area. I use it actually a lot. Sometimes I'll use it decoratively, or I'll do my gratitude lists over here. And you can certainly do that. But if you're someone who really needs to be organized and functional and you're very, very busy, the sidebar is your friend. I have a video on all these sidebar ideas that you can use, but a couple of ideas, like I said, priorities. You can also use it for different lists. Like so if you don't use that dashboard happy planner and you use the vertical, so this was the dashboard again. So if you're someone who uses these sections like this, you can take these and you can work them into your sidebar. So you can have a list of errands here. You can have a list of groceries, list of things you need to buy. You can have a list of calls or emails, list of bills you need to pay for the week. So take that and run with it. I would suggest using you can either use little bullet points. A couple of these actually fell off. You can either use little bullet points, or you can take, the Happy Planner has these things. They're like these little strips that have the circles on them. You can use those for your lists. You can also use boxes. So you could take, again, like in the Colorful Boxes book here, there's boxes in like every Happy Planner sticker book pretty much, but you can say you want to have a whole lot of calls to make for the week. You might put it this here and then put all your calls here and then put another box down here for something else or several boxes. Just an idea. Another thing you can put in your sidebar is habit trackers. Oh my gosh, sorry about Bumble. Here's an example. This is a habit tracker I have in my sidebar for my monthly goal, which is to wake up at 7 o'clock every day. You can have a whole slew of habit trackers in your sidebar, a whole bunch, whatever you want to track. You know, if you want to track drinking water, just put it down there. It's going to help you. And it's always like on the side for you to refer to throughout your week. If you are someone who uses a dashboard layout, you could put that somewhere else. Like you could put your habit trackers down here or something like that. Just section them off, you know, separately if you think that will help. Another way to stay organized in your planner is to create lists. I have lists for pretty much everything. I keep them in the back of my planner, but I know that people keep them in different parts and they even use different planners just to keep their lists in. So like I said, I typically keep my lists in the back of my planner. I have a few lists back here that are there all the time. I have a weekend packing list to go to my boyfriend's house. This is a Weight Watchers list that I don't really use anymore. I do need to start using again. 0 Point Snacks. I have a list of gift cards and their amounts. I have some packing lists back here and some other lists. When I use these packing lists, basically what I do, like I created this with stickers and stuff. And then when I go to use it, I put it on my photocopier and I copy it and then I just check it off right on there. You could also laminate these types of lists and you could, you know, check them off with like a wet erase marker. I prefer just to have paper most of the time. I know it's kind of a waste, but I don't go on a lot of trips, especially this year, right? I don't go on any trips this year, but you get my point. These lists can live in the back of your planner. They can live in the front of your planner. You can put a tab back here to separate off your list section. You could also put a bunch of tabs back here to separate the different types of lists that you have back here. There's so many different kinds. I have a video talking all about lists. And in that video, I did create a separate planner just for lists. So this is my happy notes, like half sheet notebook, and basically it's full of lists. I separated them out into sections. I'll be honest, I have not kept up with this one since I made it, but I really want to. Like there's some good ideas in here, meals, recipes to try, like supplements, spring cleaning, TV shows to watch, stuff like that. And I think this is a really good idea. I just always kind of forget about it and I'd rather have it in my regular planner. But if you're someone who loves to keep a lot of lists, this might be a good option for you. And there's so many different kinds. You could do AM and PM routines. You could do shows to watch, books to read, cleaning lists, favorite songs, home organization, car care, all sorts of stuff. Different types of trackers, you know, to keep track of everything that's going on in your life. So there's so many options on lists and specialty pages. And if you keep watching my videos, you might see me create some. I do have a whole playlist just on specialty pages, so you can check that out. If you're someone who's really busy, you might benefit from using a daily planner. The Happy Planner has daily planner pages, which are like filler paper that have time blocking on there. They have to-do lists. There's different ones. Some of them come in a block pad, but this has really helped me out in the past few months because my life has gotten so busy that it's really hard to keep track of it all just in my weekly planner. If you're someone who doesn't have a lot going on, then, you know, that's probably not for you. But for me, daily planner pages have helped out so much. Okay, I know I talked about this a little bit already, but I just want to show you some of the products that Happy Planner has for like daily sheets. This is one that I just found, the half sheet that has the time blocking one. That would be really helpful. Some of these might be old, I'm not sure, but the Happy Planner offers a whole lot of like half sheet options with different types of layouts and different, you know, things that you can keep track. So this is one, I know I was talking about daily sheets, but this is one that is like a weekly, you know, it could be a daily one too. Top 5, top goal, check it off, take note, like that type of thing. Here's one that is today, tomorrow, this week. And then, so as far as daily pages go, like these are the ones that I have. I have a couple that look like this. Like some are going to have the time blocks, some are not. And, but these are really helpful. And then the back, sometimes it's blank and other times you can use the other side. Sometimes I will decorate these sheets and other times I'm just in a hurry and I'll just scribble on them, and that's okay to do. Here's an example of a block pad that has daily sheets on it. So I can just take this, write on it, rip it off. The back's blank if I need it, but I can just use it for the next day. So this has really helped me out a lot. They come in different sizes as well. These are the classic size, and they also have like mini. So check that out if you're somebody who needs a little more structure in their day and you're someone who's really busy. Those have really helped. I know there's daily planners out there. Happy Planner does not have a daily planner as of yet, like a whole planner. I did get this planner from Kit Life recently, and I have not started it yet. I'm going to do a video all about this and perhaps another one as well, but this is basically going to be a more structured daily planner, and you're going to have a page for every day. So there's a lot of options out there for that as well. When you're first starting out, I feel like it's a great idea to try to keep things simple. I know that's funny coming from me because I'm more of a complicated planner, but I've taken 3 years to get to this point. And when I first started out, I did try to keep it simple, at least for a while. One tip I have for you with that is to choose 3 priorities for the week, throw them in your sidebar, and go off of that. If you at least have 3 main things to get done that week, I feel like it's easier to be more productive than if you have like a whole list of things. I know that if you're busy, you're going to have a list of things, but I would take that and break it into 3 main ideas for the week. I have a whole video on how to stick to your planner, how to make planning a habit. I'll try to link it here, but there's a few main ideas and takeaways from that video. Number 1, you need to have a certain time of day that you sit down with your planner. For me, I check it every night and I check it again every morning. At night, I write my to-do lists for the next day on my daily planner pages, or you might write them in your weekly on that day. And then in the morning, I sit down and I look at it again and I fill out any little places that I need to on there. I might throw in some more stickers or something, but it's really important to me to have that time every day to look at my planner, because if I'm not looking at it, I'm not going to use it. A tip to remember to look at your planner is to keep it on your desk. Keep it open. Mine is open all the time on my desk. I think that if it wasn't open all the time when I started, that I would have forgotten to look at it. If you don't have a desk, or if you're not someone who has a desk that you pass by all the time, put it out on your kitchen table, put it out on your dresser, put it somewhere where you're going to walk by all the time and see it, and have it open. I feel like that is a really good tip to get you started, to get into the habit of looking at it. Another thing that you should probably be doing is to set a time weekly to plan out your next week. So what I do is sit down pretty much Sunday nights. Sometimes it's Monday mornings. Hey, life can get in the way, but it's never after Monday. So it's typically on the weekend, and I plan out my week. I put in any appointments I have. I put in any events. I put in any reminders that I need to give myself, any habit trackers or anything like that. And then I write in some of my to-dos. And so it just helps me get a feel for what my coming week is going to be like. I just think it's so important to do that. And that is when I can start throwing in extra stickers or making it really fun too. If you're having trouble remembering to look at your planner or remembering to plan weekly, set a timer on your phone. I have a reminder on my phone. I don't really look at it anymore, but to sit down and plan on Sunday nights. And I think in the beginning, it really, really helps. I'm someone who uses a combination of digital and paper planning. I know not everyone is like that. Some people are just digital, but if you're watching this, you're either just paper or you're digital and paper. So I have everything in my phone, and then I basically transfer it every Sunday night into my planner. And it works for me really, really great. If you're someone who doesn't use your phone, you're going to need to put appointments and stuff in your planner ahead of time. And I'll show you a couple ways to do that. So basically, if you don't use your phone or your computer to keep track of things that are in the future, you can pencil them in. Okay, this is an old month because I did not want to use a new month for this, but say you made an appointment in October, like a doctor appointment, and it was on December 18th, and you don't use your phone to keep track of it. What you can do is just pencil it in, doctor appointment, do it lightly. And then when it comes time to fill out your monthly, you can either put like a box sticker over that and then, say it's like doctor appointment 11 o'clock. And then when it's time to do your monthly, you're like, oh, I have a doctor appointment at 11 o'clock. Also, it will help you to be able to flip through and see what's in the coming months. But so say you have that, you can always just take a sticker like this and put it right over that. You don't even have to erase it really. And then, you can take your pen or whatever and write doctor appointment. What time did I say that was? 11 o'clock? I don't know, but you know what I mean. So you won't even have to erase, or you can erase it. Also, another way you can do it is you can take sticky notes. So you can just grab a sticky note. These are a little bit big, and you can use a cute sticky note. Like Happy Planner makes all sorts of decorative, pretty sticky notes, but you can cut it or whatever and just put it on that day and write, doctor appointment. That way, when you go to fill out your monthly, it is there for you. You know what's going on, and then you can transfer it into pen and make it look pretty in your planner. For me, like I said, it's just easier to use my phone, and it's always there with me because I use a big Happy Planner, so I don't carry it with me everywhere I go. And that's why the phone is really useful for me. I used to use a mini planner, but, and in my purse, I don't really use that anymore. I just have a mini Happy Notes in there to jot stuff down. But if you don't use digital planning at all, this is how you're going to be able to plan out your future appointments and events. The last tip I have for you to stick to planning is just decorate. Have fun with it. Make it colorful. Make it pretty. You're more likely to use your planner if you want to look at it, if it's pretty and cute and makes you smile when you open it. So that works for me. It's the only thing that's ever worked for me to make me stick to my planner. So hopefully that will work for you too. Okay, I think that's all the tips I have today. I hope this video was helpful. If you're new to my channel, keep watching my videos. You're gonna get little tips all throughout. I'm trying to include a lot more functional planning videos this year. So check it out. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. That would help me out a great deal. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.